Because if you step
I never stepped off the sidewalk.
We have a big issue.
I never stepped foot off the sidewalk.
Potential security issue, that's right.
I've explained to you.
Until I see the tapes, I have right to see the tapes. And after I see the tapes...
So you're going to detain me until you see the tapes?
You got a ID on you?
What type of ID would you mean?
Driver's license, any type of ID? What's your name and date of birth?
Well,
you need to move along there. Like you said, this is city property, so you need to move along. City right away.
In the area.
When you have your phone like, okay, then let me do
calm
this.
Calm down.
Let me do this.
You can take a picture with me all you want. I'm
Do you
working.
have your ID on you by chance?
Oh, I don't give anybody my ID unless I've committed a crime.
Okay, well, I'm coming in contact with you right now and I need to see your ID, okay?
Well, there's no legal basis for me to give you my ID, just so you know, because that can get you into some trouble down the line. Because.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on with you? What are you doing out here?
What am I doing out here?
Yeah.
What are you doing out here?
Today we're in Gadsden County, Florida, where our auditor strolls along a public sidewalk snapping photos of a correctional facility, just doing his job, when two deputies confront him, demand his ID, and insist his mere presence is suspicious. Watch how he calmly stands firm, cites his First Amendment rights, and refuses to be shoved off public ground for asking questions that matter.
Hey, officer, how are you?
What's going on today?
Officer, what's your name?
Barber.
Officer Barber? You're Quincy? I thought they called county.
They called both of us.
I'm just out here taking photos out in public, that's all.
The prison?
Yes, sir.
Are you taking?
Yeah, there's inmates right there. I saw them washing this vehicle.
Are you taking pictures of?
I'm a journalist gathering content for story. It's investigative journalism.
You got a ID on you?
What type of ID would you mean?
Driver's license, any type of ID? What's your name and date of birth?
Well, let me explain to you. I'm standing on a public sidewalk, taking photos out in public.
And that's fine. I asked you for your ID.
I understand, but if I'm not being detained, I'm not going to produce any identification.
Well, sir, you need to move along there. Like you said, this is city property, so you need to move along. City right away.
What would happen if I don't move along?
You go to jail.
For what?
For what?
Yes.
Because I've asked you to move along. You taking pictures of a facility that.
Is that illegal?
We don't know if you're staging a breakout.
I'm not staging a breakout. I told you I'm a journalist gathering.
And then at this point, it's loitering because I asked you for ID and you can't produce any. You had to produce any.
I'm not
taking pictures of a facility that houses inmates.
Right. I've explained to you I'm an investigative journalist gathering content for story.
I need your ID showing that.
And I have no obligation to prove to you who I am.
Yes, you do.
Look, if I'm not being detained, I'm gonna say.
Have a nice day.
You have a nice day too. You're free to go.
13 to 109. If you could be in route, please.
Are you trying to trespass me from a public sidewalk?
No, I'm asking you to walk along. Keep moving.
I'm not going to keep moving. I got a job to do, so I'm out here to do my job. I appreciate if you didn't. I appreciate if you didn't interfere and obstruct with my rights.
Barber was 10 miles out with we lost connection with our caller. Quincy PD has a unit 10 miles out.
I'll go down there and see if they fuck the liquor store. See if I have any vehicle told to go down there. Oh, he got a scanner. That's why he knows he's coming.
I'm a journalist. Journalists have scanners. Right? I mean, that's what journalists do. We have scanners. We know what's going on. This is constitutionally protected activity, safeguarded by the First Amendment. I have every right to do this.
You from Florida?
I'm not answering any questions.
Because if you're from Florida, you should know that Florida also requires everybody to have identification, which is state law.
So you have to have identification on you at all times?
It's state law. Look it up.
He's a lieutenant in the sheriff's office?
Yeah. Even better. All right. How are you? Yeah. Lieutenant, right? Sir. He had to take a picture of the prison and inmates don't want to produce ID.
Why are you doing that,
we
sir?
Can verify who he is.
I've explained to the officers.
No, explain it to me.
And I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing is I'm a journalist gathering content for story. Investigative journalist gathering content for a story. And beyond
Investigative
that,
what
investigative journalist gathering content for a story. And if I'm not being detained, I'm not going to produce any ID. It's none of y'all's business who I am. It's none of y'all's business what I'm doing. It's an investigative story.
You need to produce something. Don't tell me it's none of my business. You out there taking pictures of a correctional facility,
That's right.
and we want to know why.
And I was taking pictures of the inmates. Right. I've just explained to you
Why?
why. I'm an investigative journalist gathering content for a story.
produce the investigative journalist ID as well. This is my identification. A number I can call, or something.
Like I said, it's none of your business. Unless I'm being detained, I'm not producing the ID. And if, as a matter of fact, if I'm free to go, have a nice day. Am I free to go?
No, you're not free to go.
I'm not free to go. So I'm being detained.
No, sir, I need to see some ID.
Okay, well, if I'm not being detained, have a nice day.
I need to see some ID.
Sir, I'm either being detained or I'm free to go. Either one.
You're actually committing obstruction right now by not giving us an ID.
Okay, what's going to happen if I don't produce ID at this point? What will happen?
I'm waiting on that.
I'm not refusing.
Or standing on the sidewalk.
He was alleged to have been in the parking lot. Now, I personally didn't see it. I didn't see it, so I don't know. When I came out and encountered him, he was on the sidewalk.
Am I being detained or am I free to go? It's one or the other.
No, I need to see some ID.
Officer. I'm sorry, Lieutenant.
He got this off YouTube. Exact same subject, did this exact same thing on YouTube.
Right, this is
comical, and then he wants to write about it, and this is
It's because you guys are infringing on my First Amendment rights. This is a public sidewalk. This is constitutionally protected activity. I've explained to you that I'm a journalist.
And you never
were
stepped foot off the sidewalk?
I have never stepped foot off the sidewalk.
You would have an ID tag. You would have something.
I do have an ID tag, but what I'm telling you is it's none of your business. I'm not producing ID unless I'm being detained.
For security purposes, yes.
There's also a gentleman. He recorded down there. Yeah, he's recording right down the road. He has a camera.
Am I free to go?
No, you're not free to go.
So I'm being detained.
You're not free to go.
I'm not free to go.
Okay, this is not a public building.
That's not a public building.
It's not
a state correctional institution, man.
Okay,
You're Tiffany
and for
Parsons?
Yes, Tiffany Parsons.
What's your badge number?
37, Gadsden County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you.
Phone number 627-9233. And if you need anything further, I can give it to you.
Relax.
This is a security issue because
this is a First Amendment issue. This is a constitutionally protected right, safeguarded by the First Amendment.
Once you come off the sidewalk, it's a security
I've never been off the sidewalk. Have you seen me off the sidewalk? Have you witnessed me on their property?
Videotapes. Can
Go
you guys
request
get a sergeant or lieutenant and let's just view the videotapes?
I have my chief of security in route.
Okay, because if you step
I never stepped off the sidewalk.
we have a big issue.
I never stepped foot off the sidewalk. I've been on the sidewalk the whole time. If I'm free to go, have a nice day.
You're not free to go.
So I'm being detained.
Temporarily.
For what reason? What's your reasonable articulable
Because I'm
suspicion?
conducting an investigation.
Based on what? What am I doing that's
I'm
illegal?
conducting an investigation.
What's your
and
reasonable?
my badge says that I can.
What's your reasonable
and
articulable
you will
suspicion?
Be quiet.
What is your reasonable articulable
I'm conducting
suspicion?
an investigation.
Based on
I'm
what?
conducting an investigation based on a potential security issue.
Potential security issue.
Potential security issue. That's right.
I've explained to you.
Until I see the tapes, I have right to see the tapes. And after I see the tapes,
So you're going to detain me until you see the tapes?
Can you shut up long enough for me to finish talking?
That's not very nice.
I don't give a damn.
Okay.
Until I see the videotapes, I am officially conducting an investigation. Once I view them and I see that you never step foot on this property, you are free to go.
What's your reasonable articulable suspicion that I stepped foot on that property? What's your reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime? Did you take an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States, ma'am? Are you aware that this is a First Amendment right? Are you remaining silent?
I am pleading the fifth. How about that? Isn't that great?
That's great.
I can't drive because I had nerve damage.
We've got your white vehicle from St. Johns County, and I have all of your driver's license information. Your license is, in fact, disqualified. Now that I have both of your information, the warden of this property wants you officially trespassed. Do both parties understand and acknowledge that you are trespassed from this property from this point forward? I have a property receipt for you, sir, because your phone was found and I'm turning it over to you.
Okay.
Here is your property receipt. Glad to get that back to you. Glad we could identify both of you. You have officially been trespassed from the property again. I'm iterating that for a second, third, and fourth time.
I'm trespassed?
You are trespassed, Mr. Thomas James Covenant and Mr. Jeffrey Gray from St. Johns County, St. Augustine. You're trespassed as well.
Okay.
Okay?
I understand.
Okay.
Paperwork?
So go ahead and go back to your car and put the keys in there.
I'm gonna stand right here on the sidewalk and take pictures till I'm done.
When officers claim it's a security issue to force an ID demand, remember, public sidewalks are public property. You're free to photograph and document. If challenged, calmly ask, "What law?" and "Am I being detained?" Record badge numbers, note their answers, and invoke your First and Fourth Amendment rights. Knowledge and composure turn any intimidation into an assertive stand for your civil liberties. Imagine walking up to a federal facility with your camera in hand, just capturing public architecture, when two uniformed officers suddenly demand your ID. They insist you must comply simply because they made contact. Today, we dive into a tense encounter where a confident journalist refuses, challenges their authority, and flips the script on ID refusal.
Nothing. Were you called for me?
Yep.
For what?
Well, we were just talking about how you were videotaping and...
Yeah, I'm just taking some pictures and video of the facility here. That's
Okay.
correct. Can I get your name and badge number, please?
Sure, Officer Johnson, 7108.
Thank you, Officer Johnson.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking some pictures and video. I tried to explain that to them. They didn't really want to hear anything. They weren't trying to be, cooperative with me. My name's Sean. I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
Just
Do you
working.
have your ID on you by chance?
Oh, I don't give anybody my ID unless I've committed a crime.
Okay, well, I'm coming in contact with you right now and I need to see your ID, okay? When a police
Did-
officer asks
Did I commit a
show
crime?
you identification.
Can I get your name and badge number too, sir? You have a card for me? Perfect, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm just an independent journalist. Yeah, no, I don't give up ID just because you made contact with me. I have to have committed a crime, and then I would give you my ID. But I haven't committed any crimes here. Yeah.
You from here then, or just visiting?
Oh, I'm just in town, just working on a story. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yes.
What's going on?
I have no idea.
I believe TJ, Supervisor TJ.
LJ.
LJ. She told me TJ. Say she lied to me.
Okay.
But LJ, apparently she called them, so she probably know what was going on better than I would, for sure.
Unless it's Teresa. Let me go find out.
Oh, maybe Teresa. Supervisor. She said she was a supervisor. But yeah, no, I'm just in town working on a story, sir.
Sorry.
Nothing. Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, we just
Is this officer new to the department, or
Thank you.
What's it?
is this officer new to the department, or no? Ma'am, what makes you, just respectfully, what makes you think that just because I've come in contact with you, I have to give you, what legal basis are you using?
We're just asking if you'd want to give us your name.
No, she specifically said I have to give her my ID because I came in contact with her. So I'm trying to find out what legal basis.
The post office gave us a call. They didn't know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
This is their property, right?
Yeah, this is federal property, public property.
But
Correct.
I was kind of curious what was going on.
Yeah.
They just had asked you your name, so.
Yeah, no one would give me theirs. This is the same way that you guys gave me your name. That's why I gave you my name. Like, mutual respect. When you don't give me your name, if you would have said I'm not giving you my name, I wouldn't have given you my name either. But you gave me your name, so I gave you my name, Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm working on a story, But just there's no legal basis for me to give you my ID, unless you think that I committed a crime or I'm about to or anything. Just so you know, because that can get you into some trouble down the line. Because I'm just saying, if you force somebody to give it to you. You guys are with, how do you say, I have no idea. Can you say for me? Owatonna. Is that like some Native American name? Where I'm from, we have kind of cities like that too, where our cities have, Native American and no one knows how to say them. Like there's a city where I'm from. I'm from Long Island, and the cities that we have, it'll be like Patchogue, and they'll be like Pachoki, and I'm like, no, it's just ingrained into my brain that I know how to say them. Owatonna.
That's very common.
Owatonna.
Yeah. So, you said you talked to the supervisor?
I spoke to the supervisor. I was actually taking some pictures out back. I was I'm working on a story on the post office in itself, like the comings and goings and stuff. And I made sure that I didn't pass any, no trespassing or restricted area signs. And she just didn't like the fact that I was taking some pictures over there. So, I asked her, hey, can I get your name? So I'm a supervisor here. I'm telling you that, you can't take pictures. It's a government area. And I actually have a memo if you want to take a look at it. There's I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Postal Inspection Service. No, but the Postal Inspection Service, they're actually the law enforcement division of the post office. They actually have jurisdiction here. And they released a memo just last month that taking pictures and video inside of a post office, it's constitutionally protected activity. And there's really, I would, the same way I'm being cordial with you, and I told you up front what I'm doing, I would have told her, but her attitude, the way she came off is she's like, I'm not telling you my name, you need to leave. Oh, I was right there, right around back. Okay. But there was no, again, I wasn't in a restricted area. I didn't go like on top of the
refer thing.
No. Yeah, no, I've just been in the publicly accessible areas. That's it. She's like, well, I'm going to call law enforcement. And I said, well, ma'am, you have to, you do what you need to do, But hopefully, if she would just call, I think she's a supervisor. I don't think the postmaster's here. Usually the postmasters are more, informed.
Have you been to quite a few different post offices?
Yeah, I work in all types of government buildings, public buildings, and normally the postmasters, they know what's going on. They say, hey, you have the right to do it, because like I said, they've released memos. Like we've been through this a bunch of times, so I don't want to go through it anymore.
Back and forth with them.
Yeah, whether your office has jurisdiction here or not to enforce the law, or it's a whole big thing, and it's just there's no law being broken other than maybe her feelings are hurt. Well, you're not a feelings officer, right? So it's just hopefully we can come to a good understanding, and because I don't want to waste your guys' time,
I just think they just didn't know what was going on. They probably don't get too many people.
Just taking some pictures and video.
They don't get too many people back there in that parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's all open.
Yeah, that's where they unload their trucks and everything.
Yeah, they were it was funny. They were like, oh, you could be casing the place. And I was like, casing the place for stamps, greeting card.
I think that's what, like I said, we don't get too many,
yeah.
Going back, there's that thing.
Again, I guess it's just the way it's initially handled. Yeah, it's just the way it's initially handled, because maybe if I would have told them, hey, listen, I'm just, getting the ins and outs of the post office to see how the daily operations run, and, I came inside, and nobody gave me a problem when I came inside, but it was I don't know what casing the post office even means, to be honest. A bank, maybe, the post office. Yeah, I don't want. Who uses stamps anymore?
Not many people. See, and made you your way out from New York all the way out to.
Oh yeah, I travel all over the country. Yeah.
Must be a
travel. Yeah, sometimes I drive, sometimes I fly. Depends. It's really far.
You have your own film company then?
Yeah, I have my own media company. Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a media company where I just take pictures and videos of different post offices to see the ins and outs of the post office, and hopefully that they understand education tool.
Are you working on a documentary then, or?
Yeah, well, it's not really a documentary, I should say, but it's more of a just how do the post office interact with their customers. How do they treat people that are, not breaking the law? So that's basically it.
So was it SP?
SP, yeah. I told the officers my name.
Okay. Well, this is the deal. We just need you to leave off the premises. I need you to.
What authority do you have to remove me from the?
My clerks are very uncomfortable right now.
But what is?
They got your video. They want that video. Erase it. There's no reason for you to have
That's not going to happen. I didn't go in there.
There's no reason for you
Yeah, but I didn't go in there specifically.
Those are mothers and grandmothers. Okay?
But what does that have to? I didn't go in there to intentionally record anyone. I'm recording in the area.
When you have your phone then let me do
calm
this.
Calm down.
Let me do this.
You can take a picture with me all you want. I'm not uncomfortable at all.
Okay, I will. They're just very uncomfortable.
I will. Here for a second.
Okay.
Could we go back here for a second?
There's cameras all over the building.
Okay, so she just wants you to.
Yeah, no, but I have business here. If you want to, I have business here. This is a public building. Wow, that escalated quickly. That female officer is a liability to her department. I'm just going to say that right now. She's a liability. Not only did she threaten me and say, well, I made contact with you and I'm a law enforcement officer and I'm telling you to give me your license. Liability. Liability. She has no idea what she's talking about. That's why I thought she was a rookie. Liability to her department. And then she's going to say, well, you need to leave the premises. What authority do you have to remove me from a public building? I have the memo in my pocket. Like, I can show them the memo on my phone where the inspection service explicitly states we can look at poster 7 together. Grandmothers, you see how they're, she's trying to like create an emotional response. Oh, they're grandmothers, they're mothers. What does that mean? What does that mean? I wasn't rude to any of them. I'm not, what? I went in there, I didn't hold my camera in front of their face. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You see, that one officer, he treated me with respect. I told him where I was from. I basically told him exactly what I'm doing here. If he puts 2 and 2 together, he'll know. Ridiculous, though. Completely ridiculous.
Alright, Sean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna let you stay here, okay?
Yeah.
But you can't be bothering the employees, okay? But you can still be doing what you're doing, and when they close at 5, you have to leave, okay?
Okay, 2 things. No one's letting me do anything. Number 2, of course, I'm not going to stay in a building after they're closed. But no one's letting me do anything. She obviously wanted me to leave, but she has no legal basis for me to leave. It's a public building, open to the public. I have a right to be here. Just so I wanted to clarify that. Officer Selvig, thank you, sir.
5 o'clock, we're gonna go, man.
Take care, Officer Selvig. You have a good one. Definitely going to be following up with their supervisor, for sure.
When an officer claims mere contact justifies an ID demand, stay firm. Calmly ask for the legal basis: infraction, crime, or warrant. Remember, under the 4th Amendment, ID is only required upon reasonable suspicion. Record badge numbers, cite your rights, and never delete your footage. Knowledge and composure are your best defenses in any ID refusal. Picture this. You're parked in a public turnout, windows darkened for privacy, when 2 female officers appear and demand to see your ID. No crime alleged, just curiosity. They press you for compliance, but instead of flinching, you calmly dismantle their assumptions, ask for statutes, and refuse to be bullied. Let's watch how knowledge turns the tables on an unwarranted ID demand.
Yeah. 5, 5, 4, 5.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on with you? What are you doing out here?
What am I doing out here?
Yeah.
What are you doing out here, sir?
Sitting.
Sitting?
Is it illegal? Is it?
No, we just
Am I too close?
call.
Am I too close to a hydrant, a fire hydrant, or something?
No, sir. Listen, we got a
What?
call. Somebody was concerned because they saw you sitting here for a long period of time, and
Oh yeah.
your car was all covered up. So
Yeah.
we just came to make sure that you were okay, is all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Does the person have some credibility or something, or are they a little, or what is this considered a little odd or something, or?
I mean,
It's suspicious. People usually don't have their windows all covered up.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just call us up, check on them, come check on it.
All right. Oh yeah, there he's leaving now. I saw that guy. He stopped in front of my car, and then he's that caused concern for me because I can still see out of my car. I don't care if people can see in my car.
Yeah.
But I can see out of it.
Fair enough.
And I saw him, and he parked in the perfect spot to just watch. You know, that's just great. I appreciate it when people call on me like that.
Yeah, well, like
So-
I said, we just wanted
and
to
when
make
you guys
sure
check.
that you guys were, or that you
Guys, no, it's just one person. You could see inside.
No, I'm sorry. It was.
I'm not telling you can search my car, but you can from plain view.
No, you're fine.
You come out to do a little. you come out to do some community caretaking, right? Is that?
I mean,
Are you
just checking
familiar?
on your-
You know what community caretaking function is?
Are you doing okay, sir?
Yeah, that's there. That's a part of it. There you go. You. Do I look unhealthy?
What's your name?
My.
You're
My.
also
Oh,
living in your car, so I just want to make sure you're doing all right.
no, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. So
What's
I just.
your name?
Well, all right. You're L Whitelaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Mr. White.
I'm T. All right, and I'm the owner of this car. All right, T Hines.
Okay, Travison.
Yep.
Okay.
There
I
you
just
go.
wanted
Well,
to make sure. That's all.
all right. Yeah.
Alrighty.
You got 2 letters. All right. A G T.
They have
All
my
right.
initial on there. I didn't notice.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get out of your hair. We don't want to bug
Okay,
you anymore
yeah,
than
'cause that-
we already have. We just wanted to make sure that you were okay.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, that let that guy in the white truck know that if you can. I mean, or maybe it was that guy. It was a white truck. Maybe let him know. That I'm okay and I have no complaints. I mean, unless there's a problem with, being here. I mean,
No,
I
that's
figure it's a
not
park. You can park during the daytime. You probably have,
Absolutely.
curfew.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I'll abide by that. I kind of wanted to go up to that park actually. I'll be honest, but I think it's blocked. It was blocked off. I was going up the hill and my directions told me to take a right, but there's a gate that didn't let me go down that little trail. So I was going to park here and then I was thinking of walk
I
up
know
or
there's
something.
like some walking trails over there that
Yeah.
they don't want people driving on, and then
Yeah.
there's like a little roundabout at the very end.
I saw that. Yeah,
That's
I was looking
typically
on.
where people
I was,
go and hang out. So.
all right. Yeah, I was looking on Google Maps and I saw that. And that attracted me, but the driving was being blocked off. So I'm going to be here a while.
That's fine.
Um,
Yeah, you're absolutely fine
and
with
then-
being here. Just make sure
So-
that you're not here after park hours.
Yeah, and
You
that's-
probably get bugged by the police
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, and that's the curfew starts at maybe 11 or
I believe
10.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't see any signs, so I mean I have to guess, and I hate to have to guess,
Yeah,
but
there might be
Um,
actually one. Well, that might be for the skate park, but
okay.
typically parks close at certain times.
Yeah.
I believe it's 10.
Yeah,
So.
like the last park I was at is 11 to 7. 11 at night it closed, and then open up at 7 in the morning.
Right.
So
Understandable. Wow.
I came here because the library has some crazy COVID rules. I don't think you're even allowed inside.
I
So
don't know.
I didn't
haven't
even.
been in the library in a long time. I'm
Well,
not
yeah,
sure.
I like stopping at libraries usually before COVID. Oh, sorry about the sun here.
Oh no, you're
But
fine.
I'm here instead because of COVID, it's changed my habits.
Are you from Washington?
Well, yeah, I have address there, but I mean, I've been traveling quite a bit, so it's.
What do
know,
you do? If you don't mind me asking.
Well,
I mean.
I just throw YouTube videos up for a little gas money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can kind of, freely move about, but I have a tendency to get cops called on me for
Unfortunate.
for just being in places.
Yeah.
Because I guess this maybe doesn't get many different types of vehicles here. So
I think it was mainly just because everything was covered up.
Oh, yeah?
Or concerned, maybe.
Well, I know they saw my Washington plates. I'm pretty sure they saw my Washington plate, and that's gonna be a trigger.
Oh.
We're closer to port. We have all kinds of states.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and the prison too.
Yeah.
absolutely.
We get Arizona, New York. I mean, we get them.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna make that argument. Yeah, you would see. I mean, have you not ever seen a Washington plate? Yeah, because of that. Exactly.
Yeah, no,
You're gonna
I mean,
see.
We have it. It wasn't a surprise when I walked up and saw that it was out of state plate. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't want to hold you up any longer.
Yep, if you're good,
we just wanted
Yep.
to check.
Yeah. Thank you, and I appreciate it. You're just doing a community caretaking function. You're not pushing my Fourth Amendment issues too much. That was okay to ask my name because you're gonna be able to compare that.
We just like to document who we talk to.
Yeah.
And it's part of our job is just to collect that information and just say, okay, well, on this date and time, I talked to this person.
All right, and you know what I intend to do, kind of. So you kind of have an idea where I came from, and
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. All right. Just thank that guy for calling you. I guess.
Wherever he went. I mean,
So-
I saw him leave.
Yeah, it was one of the white trucks, but yeah, it starts with the caller, and
It usually does. Well,
if
sorry to have bothered you, but I'm glad that you're okay.
okay, all right, sounds good.
You take care.
Okay, have a good one.
When officers insist on your ID with no legal cause, don't panic. Pivot to questions. Under which rule do you claim authority? Record badge numbers, note times, and cite your Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable searches. Remember, a well-placed question and a steady camera can transform intimidation into accountability.